today.
From Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh.
This is the National Football League. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Well, we knew snow was a possibility for this game, and the weather was happy to oblige with a nice layer of white over Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium, and we got more snow on the way. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Quickly to the air is Wilson. And his first pass is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, he obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Purple?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. To the sideline and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Second and 10. Again, Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, they were setting up the screen, CD, a lot of free runners, and they got there late, and the penalty ensued.
Yeah, somehow it didn't get into their brains that it was a screen, right? Instead of pulling off and chasing the ball downfield, they kept going towards the quarterback and knocked him down way late. That draws the penalty flag each and every time.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up.
found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. But now he appears to be in some pain. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Shakes off the sack. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Harris. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Wilson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Well, we talked pregame about how we might have some twists and turns in this one, but how about this on the opening drive?
Well, they had a pretty good drive working, didn't they? So you wouldn't expect this ending because what you were thinking was they were going to put it in the end zone themselves, not have it go the other direction.
And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Got his man, it's Warren. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Wilson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. So after the INT, it's Allen. He stiff arms him. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now a 2nd and 2. Allen now looks to throw. He's got his man. That's the rookie from Florida State. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And now the half not quite over yet. This is a live football on the miss. So we've hit halftime here in what obviously is a very fast-moving first half of play. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. The snow certainly making conditions difficult, and it's not likely to get better anytime soon, as we turn it right back over to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They run it again with Cook. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
That's exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Harris running straight ahead. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Steelers have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Wilson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Throwing now is Wilson. Open man, there's Darnell Washington. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Wilson to throw. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go. This is 4th down. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris taking it in from the 20. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow, Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. This is Coleman with a grab. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. To throw is Allen. That's complete. It's Cook. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 8, and defensively they'll say you can have that. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Allen. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. Now Allen. First down. Here's the run with Cook. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end. Going to overtime because neither one got an advantage today.
Conditions only going to get worse as we get back to football here to start this overtime. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing is Allen. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
That's caught by Shakir, and he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Allen able to find the open man. That's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Well, they only need about a half a foot. It's overtime, but they're back in their own territory.
And you know those decision makers that are battling inside the head coach's mind right now? One saying, hey, offense is pretty good. Other one saying, no, rely on your defense. That's what you've got to decide in this situation. Where do you have the confidence? That determines what you're going to do.
Here's Sam Martin now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Harris starts the drive on the ground, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here in OT.
The defense did its part. 3 points now. All they need is they work on 2nd down.
Now what can Wilson do here in the OT?
That's going to be caught. It's Austin. Here's 3rd and a few inches.
They hand this off to Harris. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson.
That's to Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down as that'll net him only about a gain of 9.
overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 1.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Third down and 10.
To throw is Wilson. And that is incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now Allen.
Able to get away. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Allen.
That escapes the sack. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Here's Allen.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. So the OT OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. And the Steelers set to take the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5.
Here's Wilson.
Pickens on the slant.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
They'll run again with Harris, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
A handoff for Warren.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. Now the Bills will take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And the kick is good. And finally, this one is over. We thought it may never end. but that kick puts the exclamation mark on it.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game, but hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this type of a game, the play of their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.